Hello everyone to a new YouTube video here on my channel. So first of all, an announcement. I will go for a 1 month full content creator session here. I figured a way out, and as you all know, I'm half-time content creator, half-time I work in business informatics, and it can be really stressful to juggle those two lives. I'm back now and I'm super hyped about Strixhaven. As you see here, we have the Quandrix background. I also do like Prismari a lot though. Today we have a Quandrix deck, and yeah, I just wanted to let you know I'm back again and try to go full time. Try my best to deliver one historic and one standard deck each day. And if you like what I do, as always, feel free to just support me in any way you can. Just showing up, talking with me, it doesn't matter. And yeah, let's have a look at the game and the deck. Okay, so today we're gonna have a Simic Turns Strixhaven deck, and yes, I love my Simic, and yes, I like my extra turns. So hey, I thought let's do this again, and I will not stop doing it, guys. I think most of my viewers on Twitch definitely knew, and also here on YouTube, that I will do something like this. And yeah, I'm back as well. Had my vaccine, was sick for 4 days, and then I was like, yeah, take the break just to make sure. I come back full strength, did work a lot, and I am working now on a 1 month full-time test on content creation. Most of me is on Twitch, right? But I try to upload 2 videos here on YouTube, one historic and one standard each day. Prepared a lot over the last 7 days, and this is the first deck I want to showcase here. So first of all, hopefully you enjoy Strixhaven, and let me know what school are you guys. I am probably Quandrix or Prismari. Those are my favorite ones. Yeah, and let's just have a look at this. So as you can see, we have some new cards here in the main deck. It's not too many. Maybe we have also some in the sideboard. But yeah, first of all, we have Kasmina Enigma Sage. 3 mana Planeswalker in Simic. Usually, many people should get PTSD here, but no. It's just a 2 loyalty when it comes into play. We can +2 and scry 1. So it's 4 loyalty. And that's a decent ability. This is not a broken card or anything, but I do like the card. The passive sets each other planeswalker you control has the loyalty abilities of Kasmina Enigma Sage. I really do like that a lot. The -X, create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token, put X+1/+1 counters on it. So it makes creatures, which is nice for protection. You can make a 1/1 to make sure your Lovestruck Beast can attack. It's just overall really decent. The -8, the ultimate, says search your library for an instant or sorcery card that shares a color with this planeswalker, exile that card, then shuffle. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. So if you need a counter, sure, you can get it. But you can also get an extra turn. Nice. Alrund's Epiphany, I don't have to say too much. 7 mana, create 2 blue 1 tokens with flying, get an extra turn, exile it, and it has Foretell. But yeah, so Kasmina can do that. And it can also get a counter spell. We have 4 counter spells in main. It's one of my favorite cards in the new sets, and it is Decisive Denial. It's a green and the blue. It's an instant speed, and you can choose 1. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. So it is a removal spell, basically, with the Simic colors. Super hype for this one. And it also says counter target non-creature spell unless it controls space free. A counter and a removal in one. It's close to Drown in the Lock, kind of what it want to do, but we have this in Simic here, and I think this is huge. This is a huge upgrade for this type of deck, because you had like Negates main, and there's like, and then they play creature, and you have the Negates on your hand, and you don't know what to do. So Decisive Denial is amazing, especially because you play creatures like Elder Gargaroth, 5 mana, 6/6, which lends reach trample, huge creature. And when it attacks or blocks, we can choose 1, create a 3/3 green beast token, gain 3 life or draw a card. Also, Elder Gargaroth obviously goes really well with an extra turn. 1 extra trick of this ability is amazing. Then we also play creatures like Lovestruck Beast, 3 mana, 5/5. This card is so powerful, I really hope it gets banned so we can play different decks. But yeah, I think it works really well also with Decisive Denial. So 3 mana, 5/5. Lovestruck Beast can attack unless you control a 1/1 creature, and create a 1/1 white human creature token for 1. Play the 3 Brazen Borrower, 3 mana, 3/1, flash flying, and we can also bounce something for 2. And since we play many adventures, we have the 4 Edgewall Innkeeper here as well. 1 mana, 1/1. I don't even have to explain this card, just read the card, you know what it does. And we have 2 Fae of Wishes here. Good blockers against aggro. 1/4 flyer is pretty decent. And we can also fetch cards from the sideboard. The last card I want to talk about a bit more detailed will be Teferi, but first we also have 2 Jolraels. 2 mana, 1/2. Whenever we draw the second card each turn, we create a token. Obviously dies to Bone Crusher, but still with Edgewall Innkeeper, with Elder Gargaroth, we can draw some cards. And also we have Teferi, Master of Time, 4 mana, 3 loyalty. +1, draw a card, then discard a card. Here this works really well with Jolrael. -3, target creature you don't control faces out. This is really nice in certain cases. You don't want to attack, especially if you want to have Epiphany, you want to go through. And -10, take 2 extra turns after this one. So the passive ability of Teferi says you may activate loyalty abilities of Teferi, Master of Time, on any player's turn, and anytime you could cast an instant. So you can +1 in opponent's turn, -3, -10. Now there's a really interesting take on this. Kasmina says each other planeswalker you control has the loyalty ability of Kasmina Enigma Sage, so we can +2 in opponent's turn. So if you play Kasmina, then Teferi, you can actually +2/+2, which gives it already on 7. It's huge. So even you can also -1 in opponent's turn, right? And make a token to block. It's probably even better than a -3. It's just, I really like this combination, and this is what I want to try out. I'm not sure about the exact number, if it's 4 or 3, but this is the main idea here. I didn't change the mana base too much. I'm not too hyped about the new mana. Mainly because first we need the Fabled Passage for the basics, and it's kind of awkward to play Triumphs and all the mana base. I really do like Triumphs, but for the draw, let me know what you think about the new mana. About the new mana base. We can definitely change this again. I will test it like this, and then we can change it again later on. But I also need the wildcards first to do all of it. This is day 1. So definitely know you can change the mana base a little bit up with the new cards. And yeah, let's have a look at the sideboard. We played 2 Chainweb Aracnir because there will be rogues around, and I played against rogues and we won. But yeah, there will be rogues around. 1 of Negate. Just to have this simple counter here. Then we also play Test of Talents, a new card, 2 mana, counter target instant or sorcery spell, search its controller's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name as the spell and exile them. That's huge. The player shuffles, then draws a card for each card exiled from the hand this way. Yeah, I mean, the point is that player shuffles, then draws a card for each card exiled from the hand this way. So you can counter an ultimatum, and there should be probably more than 2 here, just saying. I have 2 right now. But it counters an ultimatum, and on top of that, you can remove the rest of the cards in the library out of the deck, and they don't draw an extra card. If they have 1 on the hand, they will draw a card, but that's still fine. They don't have card advantage over it. So Test of Talents, super interesting card. Could see 3. We have to see how the meta goes. I wanted to test it, so I have 2 here now, and yeah, that's it. One Scavenging Ooze, there's still rogues, and I could see people still play Cycling to get a lot of new wildcards in the beginning. We have the 1 of Wilt. There are many cards, you never know. 2 Mystical Disputes, just to fight the counter war. Then we have 1 Quandrix Command, a new card here, 3 mana. Choose 2, return target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell. Put 2+1/+1 counter on target creature, and target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from the graveyard into their library. Yeah, it's a card I wanted to test. You can bounce something, which is nice for tempo. You can counter an enchantment spell or an artifact spell, and you can push a creature as well. So this is a really flexible card. I'm not too sure how I evaluate this card. I think it's an okay card, not a good card itself, but I wanted to test it as a one-off here. And yeah, next card, Toski. You know me, I want my Toski. Toski is such a strong card against control players who cannot deal with it. And we still have some tokens and creatures, so our Toski will draw us cards. The 1 of Discontinuity here, just to get like an extra turn spell from the Fae if we need it. But then again, this can also be dropped. And 3 Shock Typhoons if we play against some control type players. And we just want to get rid of some Epiphanies for the Shock Typhoons. But yeah, this is the deck. As I said, definitely work on the mana base. I need the cards first. But overall, this is the idea of the deck. So I hope I can inspire you to try something similar. I will definitely keep working on this deck. I love this type of deck, and this is in standard. I have many more decks planned, but yeah, hope you're gonna like it. Hope you're gonna like the games. Feel free to leave a comment and subscribe to my channel here. Also check me out on twitch.tv/DanyTLaw. Today we have a Patreon meeting, and Luis Salvato is gonna join us again, which is amazing. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy the games, and let me know how you find it. Oh, hype. Hype level 9000 here. Whew. This is the moment. Okay, so what is the first game we're gonna play here? Tiki 143. Let's go. We're gonna start. Cannot keep this hand. The mulligan. It is what it is, huh? Good old Lovestruck Beast. Opponent has a Yorion, so could be many things. There's some new sounds here, I think. I think there's some new sounds actually. So you could play against Sultai Ultimatum, which is what it is. So the thing is, there's some new sounds. I'm kind of confused right now. What is the new sound? It's probably in-game, right? It's definitely confusing me. It's kind of awkward. They could have a Chivalry Disruption here. Okay. We do play counters in the deck, though. We do play counters. We have 4 main counters for that certain ultimatum spell. Also, I have to mention the background here. Huh? Some good old library here. Some red book here. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I dig it. That is the counter we have. Here. We just need to find our cards, and then our Lovestruck Beast should do the rest. So I could also make the decision not to play anything and try to counter the next removal spell. But I kind of like this way here. Finding lands is definitely good. We can also scry before drawing our turn. We can keep hitting with the Lovestruck Beast. Obviously they play removal. It's a bit tricky, but the Teferi is still really fine here. Okay. At least we have one new card in our hand. Okay, that's probably extra turn over there. I do have 5 mana cards, so I honestly gonna discard this. I could draw a Gargaroth here. But I don't have to play it, to be honest. Extra turn into... Yeah, I don't play it here, we just attack. Because it's better to counter the extra turn if they have it here. And I win the game with the counter here. Because they could go extra turn into ultimatum, which is reasonable. And I kind of like to have open mana here. This also plays around main dispute, which they could play. Some lists play it. So far, this is the new card we see. Let's see. That we counter. Could counter. Let's draw a card. So they have to get rid of our Lovestruck Beast. Yeah, that's fine. They could still have another removal spell here. Okay, so It's still quite an awkward position, to be honest. I think this is where we just play Jolrael, draw, keep count up. Like, the only card I'm scared of is board wipe / ultimatum. This is where we counter. If they have the One of Dispute in their main deck, then I'm impressed. Because they play like 1 or 2 Dispute max. It's impressive. It's impressive. I played around all the cards here, but couldn't do that much, huh? Oh, we're just gonna pump this once. Now they can ultimatum us, which is a bit unlucky. I could have tried to counter the binding. Okay. Sadly gonna lose this one. We're gonna face here. Cannot do much more. I don't think they have way more counters though, but that was heavy. That dispute is heavy. I don't play around the second dispute, obviously. It's just not what we're gonna do. If they have a second dispute, I mean, congratulations. Oops. That's pretty impressive, not gonna lie. They play an 80 card stack and they have like so many disputes main. This is what it is, stay on 2. I mean, there's a little world. Finding a land. Finding a land gives us an out right now. But they draw many cards and they get rid of Jolrael. So this is gonna be hard. Quite not cool. But hey, it is what it is. There's not much we can do. It's just, if you face like double dispute back to back in the top 20, you have to deal with it. I still think the order was correct. But yeah, I mean, opponent probably is trying to get some cards, to play some cards. It's quite annoying though. Okay. I mean, this looks like an end of turn bounce into Brazen so far. Could also just foretell here. I mean, I'm dead to an ultimatum anyways. So probably just playing Brazen Borrower and Epiphany. And hope dodging a big spell here. Okay, that's not cool. Huh. Okay. Do they have an extra turn if they just loosely play this? They need an answer for Brazen Borrower and for Epiphany now. And they already played 2 disputes. Yeah, that's a mistake. I don't know why you attacked there. It's just, you're just so far in stabilizing. And doing this type of mistake is a big oof. So this is where we where we play some counters. That's okay. So in this matchup we do not want those. They have removal spells, which makes this quite interesting. I definitely want to use Test of Talents here and also negate all my counters. Epiphany is definitely on the weaker side now, since they also run counters. But I definitely need at least one to find with Kasmina as well. Toski is fine. Toski is not bad against this type of deck, but they also could play Extinction Event. I think Toski could be the one of here. Quandrix is interesting, but it's probably too weak. It works against like 2 cards they have, where it's quite nice, I think. I kind of want to test it just for the, you know. But I believe the strategy should be something like this. I mean, this card is so good. 2 Shock Typhoons. Yeah, I want to have all my counters as good as possible, but no. Let's go like this. We lower our curve a little bit. Oh, did I cut Alder? If I cut Alder, Alrund's Epiphany, it was a mistake. We need at least 1. That was stupid. Well, let's see how they bought. We can still win with creatures only. 2 games, 2 mulligans. Sorry. Oh. Oh, that was strong. Yeah. We just try to play our hands as good as we can. Jolrael doesn't do a lot, but even if Jolrael just takes an eliminate, I'm happy. Well, that's a bit different now. I think we just going with the token here. I don't want to run into Elspeth Nightmare. If they use the Nightmare here, I'm okay with. Cultivate, sure. Couldn't do anything against it anyways. Finding a land is quite important, so... Okay, that's a land. Could have board wipes. There's no blue card for they could play here. I think we just have to go for it. Like, if they have like a spot removal to remove the 1/1 in my turn, we good. Okay. Six mana next turn. I predict they have spot removal. Dusk is pretty good here. At least we have 1 counter on hand. Okay. Drawing a card here. Tusky does what Tusky does. Okay. Teferi. At least 1 counter, huh? That's like the most important part. We're definitely gonna attack first to see what we draw. Because we have to be careful with the land counts. They have 5, there could be 6 soon. So you have to make sure that we definitely deal with their cards. Okay, -1 counter here. But we're gonna draw cards. Okay. That's interesting. It's not needed to play Jolrael, I think. I'd rather have double counter up. It's 11. I think we're gonna play Jolrael now. Could have played it before, but now that I know I have double counter, I threat lethal here. next turn. That's still fine. So we have Dispute and Test of Talents. That is whatever. Test of Talents, such an incredible cool card. Okay. Do we have it? If we attack next turn and activate it, we kinda soft. That is GG. Eliminate. I was like, what is this art? One blue should be whatever. Okay, so we have to attack first. And now we have 15 damage. And that is game, guys. Okay, first game, Strixhaven, we actually won the game. Yeah, I didn't play for a week, that's why we're still down, but hey, I'm so happy playing decks like this. New cards and decks, and I'm just happy, and I know you guys are gonna say, oh, it's a Simic deck. Oh, didn't expect that one. Well, it is a Simic deck. Let's go to the next one. This is the third mulligan in the third game. It's a bit satch, but what should we do? What should we do? Keep this. Well, it was fun though, the last game. Here you go. Okay. I give this a not cool. Playing against rogues. I mean, we have cards for it, but it's a tricky matchup. I did cut some of my escape cards. Yeah. They don't know what we play. I mean, looking at this could be just Team Ultimatum, right? Okay, now they see cards. Now they go like, oh, there are cards. Another Eddie. I'm gonna play one and then just cycle the Triome. They could counter this because they're... it's a reasonable counter here. Because of the draw I could get from a Lovestruck Beast. But down one drown is definitely nice. Cannot do much about this. Okay, our cards, those cards are not too wild to lose here. Not too wild. I mean, they could counter this again, but... they probably have to, actually. Well, do they? If they counter this and I find a land, I can get 4 tokens, which is still fine. They already can play into the story if they have... yeah, this is what it is. I take the 2. They already have the power to play into the story. Gargaroth would have been nice. Okay, let's draw a card. They only have 1 blue, so they have to be specific with that blue card. Okay. I mean, now we can actually play some Epiphanies if we draw land. We have 2 draws. This is it. This is it. Okay, we're going for this one because we really want to get 1 land out of the deck. That is nice. That's a nice draw. Opponent has a really slow hand though. There's a stop. They could have the rogue, so I will not attack here. Okay, we just do it again. At least we ramp. Okay, yeah, this is a bit too much. Can I win a race here? Usually not, but let's just go in. Okay, drawing only lands here in this scenario is really bad. Like it's quite bad, but we cannot. I mean, that's just the game, right? Now we just don't want to lose some good cards. Like any. I mean, I would take the Planeswalkers. Not gonna lie. Still going for the race now. Nope. We're gonna play the Teferi here. Could be countered. Still have another card in our hand. Okay. Okay, we know they do not have it, so we can attack with the Eddy. Trying to raise this somehow, but they are probably looking for a second blue for their Into the Story. But if they play it, they lose a lot. Oh, okay. I would have loved both cards here. They really look for the blue now. If they sacrifice both, that's fine by me. I mean, whatever. That's the blue. Good fake a counter here. If they tap out now, to take 5. Okay, so here. Fake the counter. I'm not happy about this, to be honest. Really not happy about this. We just drew lands for. I mean, we had one non-land card. Okay. Try to filter my deck as good as I can. I'm not afraid of the mill itself. This is ridiculous. Can they please stop milling my good cards? I would like both. Please. Opponent. Now the race is on again, right? I think the only card I needed to find is like a Gargaroth post my Epiphany, or any creature card, or any like 5 toughness adventure card. Cards are like that, but sometimes you don't lucky, and it's one of those. Now we play again in the old background. I wish we could play in the new one again. The one before was pretty cool. I will take the 3. Okay, so here we just attack with 3 flyers. Okay, so they play 2 Drown in the Lock and Anticipation. If I play Fae of the Wishes, I mean, at this time I think I should gamble it. If they have another Drown in the Lock in the hand, so be it. Into the Story. If they found it, they found it. Then they have 3 in the top 20. Yeah. I mean, I gambled it, right? And they were lucky. Unlucky. If you have... I feel like it's just statistics, right? If they have 3 in the top 50%, it's quite lucky. I went for it. I could have played card and just draw a card, which is totally reasonable, I think. But I went for this one. Not many cards now that help me. I could find another Epiphany, right? Epiphany is literally the only card that gives me a chance. Now I have to start not play it. Play anything, not attack. Which, okay. We have to play it first. If they have the 4th Drown in the Lock, then I'm super surprised. We're talking about next level surprised. Because 4 in the top 23 cards, super impressive. Now we top deck this card, I mean, don't get me wrong. Okay, I don't think they have a counter, they're just calculating. Which is good for me because I can all attack if this resolves. That was definitely a top deck. That was one of those. That was one of those. Into the story. 4 cards. Is there the last one? Did you find the last one? Nope. And that should be GG. Crazy game though. Crazy game. Okay. Rogues is a tricky matchup. I mean, there's some cards you 100% want to play in this matchup. Okay, those are definitely the cards we want. Test of Tales is too weak. Kasmina is too weak in this matchup. So is Teferi. We want to have like a board. We do like this one. This one is actually really nice. I can easily cut 2 Epiphanies. Brazen Borrower I'm also not the biggest fan, so I could add 1 more card here. I like the Toski. And then let's go. They don't really have a way to remove Toski, so pretty good. I like the one of Toski. I mean, you guys know me, right? DanyTLaw, classic. Just a beautiful card in general. God, I'm so happy to play this. After a week break, playing Magic again, and I'm not sure if you follow me on Twitter or anything, but I'm trying to go for a full week, a full month, full-time content creation, which, yeah, could be cool. Okay, opponent. Let's go. I have to talk with Luis shortly. Okay, well, I don't want to mulligan 4 out of 4, so we go with a mulligan 3 out of 4. I really like this new Quandrix Simic card. It's one of my favorite from the set. Fight and counter. This is like playing. You can play creature in a tempo style deck, and you have a card that actually is a removal, which is just genius. It's absolute gas. Yeah, I'm a fan of it. They don't play cheap Aris, I think. We just go for blue here. That's a stop. Ah, I should have played it before because now they can drown, but I take a drown here. Okay, it's fine. I would have taken the drown here. Okay, my watch is going off. Okay, sorry. Buck. Yeah, just gonna play a Lovestruck Beast here. 5/5 on the board is nice. Will not attack for potential thieves. So if we resolve a Gargaroth and the Gargaroth sticks, we're in a good position. Wind Robber. The mill has begun. Oh wow. I think it's worth to draw a card and make it 2/2. So we have a decent board here. They get to the threshold of 8 cards in our graveyard, but we don't mind this. Our board is really solid here. We still have another Shark Typhoon with a Lovestruck Beast for pressure and the Gargaroths. This card is just so cool. Wow. I just love that card. It's so awkward, it's probably my favorite card. Oh, they got a Shark Typhoon here. That's impressive. Well, not gonna lie, I did not expect that. Just gonna attack with all. Seraph Sen. What a card. They can remove my Gargaroth and get another Shark Typhoon. Okay, that's fine. It's just a 7/7 Shark. No biggie. Well, it's not much we can do right now. Wow. Wow. I mean, still have 2 Brazen Borrowers in the deck, but that Shark... That Sarasan into taking a Shark is big. So, knowing this, I will not play... I can basically not play Sharks. Because of Sarasan. That was my bad. They probably play the Sarasan version if there's no Lurus, right? They could play Lull Mages as well. I mean, I'm cool with this. I mean, well, relative, huh? They're on 10. Jesus. Okay. That's one of the things we can draw. Well, I kind of want to... I need to attack here. I mean, the only way is if I go white, right? And we take that block. I mean, they probably create many creatures there, but... So attacking and then pushing everything is something we can do if our Jolrael survives. But there could be many creatures now. Not an easy spot. Not an easy spot. Into the Hysteria Shark Typhoon is pretty decent. Going on 2. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Putting them on 1, huh? It's a bit sad. I mean, I have to attack like this and then just Shark Typhoon block it. Play another Brazen here. It's just, I mean, interesting. Kind of like that play. Interesting. That is lethal. Do they have double removal? Now I have to do it. Well, they did not. They did not. Well, cool game, I guess. Opponent didn't play optimal, didn't have a good hand, mulliganed a lot, but I still enjoyed the game a lot. Hopefully you did as well. Okay, I have to say, yeah, we won both games. They run a bit dry, but overall I really like the deck. Huge fan of Denial. I mean, I mentioned it at the beginning, huge fan. Sideboard definitely has needs some work. Not sure if Quandrix Command is the card. Discontinuity should also be out. Test of Talents is just amazing. I kind of want a Test of Talents over Negate here again, but yeah, you cannot count enchantments, but it's still a really good card. This card is one of those that will be played a lot if it is needed, for sure, and I like it. The Chainweb Aracnir actually were nice. We didn't need them against rogues though, but it's still nice to have. Let me know how you would change this deck and what you think it's 4-3, 3-4. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of this card and it fits really well in this type of deck. And yeah, hopefully you have a great day 1, day 2, and enjoy Magic as I do. I enjoyed it a lot and I'm looking forward to push many videos here for you guys, and I really hope you're going to support me. You're gonna talk with me about it. I also have Discord. Definitely check out my Discord. We have over 700 people there, many streamers, many pro players, where you can talk about certain things. And I'm still a Twitcher, trying to get to YouTube and make this content dream my goal. So with no further ado, wish you a great day and see you next time.